DNA analysis has shown that modern humans arrived in Britain at least 2500 years ago, before the commencement of the last ice age.
Because so much of the Earth's water was trapped in ice, the sea's level was about 127 meters, 417 feet lower than it is today. Britain was joined to Ireland by a land bridge, but apparently so early that neither temperature, flora, nor fauna likely entered the island.
The earliest inhabitant of Britain for whom there is complete evidence and bands of the hunters living in southern and western England during the Ocean Intergalactic about 3800 to 400.
Some very recent excavation of stone tools on the East Anglian coastline suggest human presence as early as 700,000 years ago.
However, as temperatures again dropped, Britain was abounded. Although there are signs of human habitation during late interglacial, it was not until roughly 14,000 years ago that occupation became permanent.
Some of the first things that Mesolithic Britons did were to wipe out the lion, the elephant, and the hippopotamus, and to domesticate the dog.
Neolithic immigrants arrived from other parts of Western Europe, sometime before 4000 BC, and introduced farming.
Later tomb builders sometimes covered these chambered tombs with earth. They are then called barrows.
Its purpose is unknown.
Late Neolithic inhabitants 3000–2000 BC on Norfolk Dukes mines up to 35 feet deep to reach Simpson Flint, the basic constituent of their edge weapons and tools.
Despite the introduction of farming, Britain remained only sparsely populated, with less than 1 million people by 14,000 BC.
There is no clear division between the Stone and the Bronze Age in Britain. Around 2500 BC, the Beaker people, originally from Spain, began to immigrate to Britain and brought metal working skills with them. They made gold, copper, and bronze implements and ornaments.
The Stone Age is really Britain's greatest national icon, symbolizing mystery, power, and endurance.
Its original purpose is unclear to us, but some have speculated that it was a temple made for the worship of ancient earth deities.
Salisbury Plain in southern England, 2500 BC, at the same time as the pyramids in Egypt are under construction. Workers here complete the outer circle of Stonehenge. They haul huge rocks, some weighing up to 45 tons, across rough terrain. They work each granite-like stone into shape, then pull them upright to form the great stone circle. Thousands of people work on this massive project. When they complete this phase, an inner horseshoe of 5 great arches will be enclosed by a ring of 30 stone uprights and topped by a circle of perfectly horizontal stones called lintels. But while we know this was an incredible feat of engineering, who these people were and why they built Stonehenge has remained one of the great unsolved mysteries of the ancient world.
It has been held an astronomical observatory for making significant events on the prehistoric calendar. Others claim that it was a sacred site for the burial of high-ranking sightings for the societies of a long ago.
The ditch was dug and the earth-turned bank built a Stonehenge far earlier, around 3000 BC. The stones were erected and repeatedly moved between 2500 BC and 1600.
The stone circles might have been used to help with astronomical observation necessary to establish the correct dates for seasonal festivals, midsummer solstice, the first day of spring, and so on.
Some archaeology suggests that the stones themselves might be phallical symbols used in fertility rituals, but the resemblance is generic to most stone in contrast to stones shaped somewhat like, say, the right knee or the left foot.
The modern age has not been altogether kind to Stone Age, despite the lip service it pays to the preservation of heritage sites.
There is a major highway running no more than 100 yards away from the stones, and a commercial circus has sprung up around it, complete with parking lots, gift shops, and ice cream stands.
Despite all its dilapidation and the encroachment of the modern world, Stone Age today is an awe-inspiring sight, and no travel itinerary around Britain should omit it.
The organization English Heritage is committed to right these wrongs, and in the coming years we may get to see Stonehenge in the city for which it was originally created.
This image was formed by cabin through the tour and exposing the clear veins. It probably dates to about 1000 and it's 4 feet long.
Around 1400 BC, the climate of Britain started becoming gradually cooler and wetter, and Britain's population declined. Much of the population lived in hills.
From around 1700 to 12 before Christ, the Celts were the most powerful people in Central Europe. There were many groups of Celts speaking a vaguely common language.
The word Celt comes from the Greek word Keltoi, which means barbarians, and it's properly pronounced as Celt.
the Celts probably arrived in Britain in two waves. The Gaelic-speaking Celts between 2000 before Christ and 12,000, and the Brittonic-speaking sometime in the period 500 to 400.
Modern Welsh and Cornish are descended from Brittonic, modern Scottish, and Irish Gaelic from the Gaelic.
There were also a smaller wave or settlement of Gaelic Celts in southern England during the 1st century, possibly freeing from the Roman invasions.
The Celtic language has had almost no influence on modern English, being largely obliterated during the Anglo-Saxon invasions.
The ancient Celtic word survives in various place names. For example, derived use and combined with the Latin word for a camp, castra, the town of sector. It is also the root of whiskey.
Celts were tall and fair or red hair according to the ancient historian Diodorus. They look like wood demons, their hair thick and is shaggy like a horse's mane.
Thy smock of silk both fair and white, with gold embroidered gorgeously, thy petticoat of
Members of the powerful tribe lived both in Gaul and southern Britain. The Paris tribe of the East Yorkshire were probably related to other Celts in the same way, who gave their name to Paris.
Green's leaves was my delight, Green's leaves was my heart of gold, and who but my lady Green?
Celtic society was tribal. Each kingship group was ruled by a king. Below the king were nobles who were various, some of them wealthy enough to afford finely decorated a more like this 1st century BC shield.
The priestly class Ruiz had blinded political power by the period immediately before the Romans.
High-class women sometimes played important political roles in Celtic society.
I have been ready at your hand to grant whatever you would crave.
Even before the arrival of the Romans, a few towns were developing, so the majority of the population still lived in small farming communities. English agriculture was sufficiently efficient to produce a small super for export.
The Celts of southern England also mined and sold tin abroad and mined coins.
And who but my lady Green?